As Sankara rebuilt his nation from the inside, the world began to pay attention, not with applause, but with concern. He traveled across Africa and beyond, speaking boldly at international forums. At the United Nations, he electrified the room with a message many diplomats were not ready to hear. Africa does not need charity. Africa needs justice. Africa must stand on its own feet. His speeches cut through hypocrisy like a blade. He rejected the dependency that kept nations weak. He challenged the global order, exposing how debt, trade imbalance, and foreign influence continued to chain African countries long after independence. To ordinary people across the continent, he became a hero. But to the powerful, inside and outside his country, he became a threat. The higher Sankara rose, the more dangerous his mission became. Inside Burkina Faso, old elites resented losing privileges. Certain officers disliked his strict discipline and rapid reforms. Foreign governments grew uneasy with his anti imperialist stance. International lenders disliked a leader who told Africa to reject debt entirely. Tension began to form silently, like cracks appearing beneath the surface. And in those cracks, rivals waited. Among them was a man Sankara once called a brother, Blaise Compaoré. They had risen through the military ranks together. They had dreamed together, fought side by side. But ambition, pressure, and external forces slowly pulled them apart. Sankara sensed danger, yet he refused to betray his ideals even when warned that enemies circled closer each day. He once said softly to a close friend,
While revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill ideas.
he did not know how soon those words would be tested. It began as a quiet Thursday afternoon in Ouagadougou, then gunfire, sharp, short, merciless. Within minutes, Thomas Sankara and 12 of his companions lay dead. No trial, no warning, no mercy. The young captain who asked his nation to stand upright fell to bullets fired by his own brothers in arms. People wept openly in the streets. Some screamed his name. Others fled in fear as the new regime consolidated power. A curtain of silence dropped over the truth. Books vanished. Images disappeared. Speaking his name became dangerous. The revolution was over, but something unexpected survived. For nearly 3 decades, Sankara's story lived underground, whispered at night, painted in secret, sung by those who refused to forget. Mothers told their children about the leader who walked among the poor. Teachers spoke of the president who banned corruption and rode a bicycle to work. Artists hid his face in murals and cloth patterns. Though power tried to bury him, the people carried him like a flame that would not go out. And slowly, the world began to rediscover the man who transformed a tiny, struggling nation into a symbol of African pride. His ideas spread through youth movements in Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. His speeches returned online. His quotes appeared in protests from Paris to Accra. The silence began to break. Today, long after his assassination, Thomas Sankara's presence feels more alive than ever. He lives in the music of young African artists calling for justice. He lives in the rise of students demanding accountability. He lives in every woman who walks boldly because a leader once told her, "You are the backbone of our revolution." He lives in trees planted across the Sahel to fight desertification, in villages where children still study under the motto of self-reliance, in every nation searching for leaders who serve rather than rule. Sankara did not have palaces, fortunes, or monuments while he lived, but now monuments rise in his name, not built by governments, but by the hearts of people who see in him the leader they wish the world had more of. A man dies, a bullet is quick, but a vision endures. Thomas Sankara wanted a nation that stood upright, not just in name, but in spirit. And though he paid the ultimate price, his dream did not fall with him. Today, from Ouagadougou to Johannesburg, from Accra to New York, the echo of his revolution still rises, still whispers, still inspires, because ideas once born do not die.